Welcome to today's talk session. My name is Deidre Moss, and I'm the host of Can We Talk? I'm an educator, motivator, and a talk connoisseur. In our session today, we're going to talk about Kiwanis Club and the various initiatives that they are involved in and the initiatives that they support. The club also saw a change in their board, and we will further discuss that today. And today I am joined with representatives from the Kiwanis Club, Maxine Larry, President, Maxine Larry Role, and past President Deidre Bevan. So at this time, I will pass the virtual mic to our guests to have them introduce themselves. I'll start with Miss Maxine Larry Role, President Maxine Larry Role first. Thank you.
Pleasant good afternoon. I am Maxine Larry Role, the current president for the Kiwanis Club of Cable Beach. I've been a member of the Kiwanis Club of Cable Beach for the past 5 years, and I love what I do, giving altruistic service to those who need it most. Thank you.
Hi, Ms. Bevans, you can jump in.
Okay, good afternoon. I am Deidre Bevans. I am the immediate past president of the Kiwanis Club of Cable Beach. I served as the 2020-2021 president. And now I am a part of the new board with a new president. Looking forward to some great things. I love service. I became a part of the Kiwanis organization from in school, in high school, and I just love service. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's so good to hear from both of you. And I just want to say that we do have members from Kiwanis Club joining us in this Zoom session as well. So I just want to welcome everyone. And so we're going to get started with our session today. Firstly, we want to talk about your roles. Ms. Bevans, you would have said that you're the past president, but you're still active. You're still very active. So we want to hear about your roles. So can you tell us about your roles in the Kiwanis Club?
Okay, well, reflecting on the last year, our Kiwanis year runs from October 1st to September 30th. So yeah, that's how our Kiwanis year is different from a regular New Year calendar. So I would have spent the entire year of my presidency on the emergency orders, on the pandemic, which made things a bit different. Before the pandemic, we were able to meet in person. We met at Casarenas, because of course we are the Kiwanis Club of Cable Beach. But we had the whole year, the 2020-21 entire year was spent virtual meetings. And the wonderful thing about the members of the Kiwanis Club of Cable Beach, they did not let the pandemic deter them from service. And so we met every week and we didn't miss a week of meetings, and we were able to do a number of projects. One of the things that we normally do, our club has something that is called a signature project, which is done every year. I think it's been done for over 40 years. And it is, we feed the residents and the staff of the geriatric hospital. And this year, of course, when it came around the project, we were wondering if we were going to be not receiving any visitors. And thankfully, there was a way around it. While we were not able to go and spend time with the residents, because that's where the elderly are, we were still able to provide food. And we don't get caterers. The members actually of our club, they put their resources together, so it comes totally out of pocket, and they prepare everything and take to the geriatric. And so we were able to do that this year. It was like a drive-by, so we packed the lunches and were able to drop them off. So that's one of the ways we found to go to get around what we were dealing with. We were not able to do fundraisers like how we usually do, but we still were able to have 3 fundraisers this year. I also have the Roy Davis House, which is a building that's going to be a Kiwanis house that we intend to build. So if anyone is listening, we're looking for sponsors for that. Any donation is good. And so we had a sauce out there, a drive-by sauce out, where people just came and picked up the sauce and left. And then we had a jerk out there also. And then our final fundraiser we had on the Arawaki grounds, which was a drive-by stakeout. Some of the fundraisers, we usually have 2 fundraisers for scholarships that we provide, one at BTVI and one at University of the Bahamas. And so thankfully, we were still able to do so, get the funds to continue in our efforts. For the past 12 years, we've been providing those 2 scholarships. The one at BTVI is auto mechanics. It's provided to students studying auto mechanics at Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute, and that's in memory of one of our late members, Charles Johnson. And then we have the one at UB, which is in honor of the late Giles Wells, who was also a member of our club. And so those are some of the things we've been doing. We in the 2021 year, we've been able to partner with a number of organizations, one of them being Open Pantry. And it's an organization that came about as a result of the pandemic. And what they do is every month they give grocery bags to families that are in need. We found that through this pandemic, more than ever, people have been in need of food. Some who would have never been in need before have been in need. So we were able to partner with them to help them in that initiative. We partnered with Rotary also. We had a feeding project in the Camp Road community. We've been able to assist a whole lot of single mothers. We was even able to give a back to school scholarship in memory of we lost one of our members during this year. Director designate Sherry Forbes, we lost her this year in June, and she was a very active member of the club and loved children. And so we were able to award a scholarship to one of our K-kids at Stephen Dillard Primary, a male, Cheyenne Thompson, who was being raised by a single father. And so he was able to get a scholarship to help prepare him for back to school. So they're just some of the things that we would have done during the year. We might have been unable to do things normally, but we still found a way to get around that, to assist as best as we can. We before the term was over, we were able to give away also, donate a walker to it's called a rota. It's a rolling chair that you can sit in to a stroke victim, a 73-year-old stroke victim. We're able to donate to the KRM group, which is a group that provides eyeglasses for visually impaired children. And we also made a donation to a 7-year-old boy who had global developmental delays. So he functions 5 years behind his age, and we were able to contribute some funds to assist him because they're trying to now give him therapy to help him to walk. So those are just some of the things that we were able to do during the last administrative year, and the journey continues. Our new president is excited and ready to go, and there's a whole lot of things on the plate, and I'm sure she has much to tell you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. That was a lot. That was a mouthful. You guys were very active, and you would have talked about the impact of the pandemic and how it would have affected how you may have carry out your fundraisers, but you were still able to remain active. So congratulations on that part. And so just want to bring in the new president, President Maxine Leary Role, basically to talk about your role, your new role within the organization. Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Moss, with my role being the president is actually the presiding officer of the club or for the club. It is to ensure that the president's role is to ensure that goals are set, which I've already done, and that the mandate is carried out by our board of directors, the members, the chairpersons, and our various committees. The president's role is also to inspire the members to get out there and work, manage his time well, facilitate all of the club meeting. That's the regular weekly meetings and the monthly board meetings. The president also leads by example. So the president cannot be seen lackadaisical with the meetings and the projects and all of that kind of stuff. The president has to be to every meeting, every project. Right now, I am multitasking. I'm still at work and I'm multitasking, but I'm here. This is branding. This is a part of our branding. Getting our brand out, getting the Kiwanis brand out. So I have to do what I have to do when it comes to Kiwanis. Like I said, I love serving the people of this world, the children of the world, one child at a time. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you. Thank you too. And just want to highlight your group. We have a few of your members who are listening in. They're saying Kiwanis Club, Cable Beach in the house, Kenny Sweeting. And I see some
That's
others.
a good VP.
Yes, I see some
After
others.
PE. President-elect.
So I see some other persons in here as well in the comments. So I want to thank you guys for your support, participating. And so our next point, we want to look at the changeover. Can you tell us about the changeover of the board in your organization? I know past President Deidre Bevins would have served and then you would have came in. So can you tell us a little bit about it?
Oh, okay. With the Kiwanis Club of Cable Beach, we have a succession plan. You don't just haphazardly, okay, you'll be the president, but like when President Deidre's term was up, they just selected me. No, I was elected from 2 years ago. We have a succession plan where the incoming president, then we have the president-elect, vice president, directors, 1 year and 2 directors. This is all an election process. We have an election committee, a nomination committee, all of that kind of stuff. We have the election committee. We have persons nominated by the election committee and from the floor, and we go from there. We have elections. The committee, we would have the elections, we would count the ballots, and whoever wins would be on that board. And that is how it works. Like I said, it's a succession plan. I was selected for this time from 2 years ago.
Awesome. So again, I just want to recognize those persons in the comment. Ms. Pitta, welcome again. Ms. Pitta's from Jamaica and she's a regular Can We Talk watcher. So welcome, Ms. Pitta from Jamaica. Also, I saw a few persons, Joan Knowles. Welcome, Ms. Knowles. Thank you for helping to facilitate this session. And the other persons who are also in the comments, I'm going to get to you guys. Just mentioning that you guys are great leaders. I saw someone said that kids need Kiwanis. So I want to thank you guys for commenting. And thank you for talking about your changeover and the process involved in that. And so we want to also talk about your programs and initiatives. I know Ms. Bevins would have talked a lot about some of the activities that you would have done in working with the geriatric, and different activities that you would have participated in and supported. And so can you share any other programs or initiatives that your organization has undertaken, either of you? I know Ms. Bevins would have mentioned some already.
Well, we're just getting the 2021-2022 year started. However, some of my goals for this year for the Great Kiwanis Club of Cable Beach is the enhancement of our signature project. That is at the geriatrics that IPP Bevins spoke about. We're looking at enhancing that project. However, last year we was able to do the project. However, we were not able to go into the hospital itself. Hopefully this year we might be able, or next year we might be able to go into the hospital, saying that some things are changing with the pandemic. So there's a possibility that we might be able to go into the hospital itself and fellowship with our precious pearls. So hopefully we can put some enhancement on that project. And then we are also starting a community initiative. We're looking at one community, be it the Baintown area, the Adelaide area, the Gamba area, where we have committee members going into the areas, looking to see who is really in need, looking at the preschools, looking at the high schools, so we can maybe start some K-Kids clubs, some builders clubs, some key clubs in those areas. Like I said, we're looking for where the needs are, where we can help, where we can do the most good in the communities. Thank you.
Awesome.
Oh,
awesome
sorry.
stuff.
Wait, hold.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes, sorry. Okay, and then like President Deidre spoke about the annual Stakeout, which is also one of our signature projects for the year. This year we did basically a drive-by stakeout. So hopefully this year we will be able to have a bigger and better stakeout. Like I said, with the country opening, with the pandemic and all of that kind of stuff, and also with the SLPs, we want to have a walkathon, rollathon, rimathon, where we'd have the SLPs along with the club members rolling as a fundraiser, rolling the rims, like how we did back in the olden days when we were kids, rolling the rims, getting sponsors, yes, getting sponsors, so we can have a better relationship with our community, getting stuff out to the community where the needs are. So we're looking at doing that kind of thing in this year. And also we're looking at a book of the month where we would have members read a book, sit around a round table, inspirational books now, sit around a round table and discuss, keep our minds motivated, keep our minds free. We're also going to be continuing with our church services. I must say that the club members visited with me at my church on Sunday past at the All Saints Anglican Church on Calvary Hill. The burdens are lifted, and I must say they had a good time there. Due to protocol restraints with the pandemic, 15 members attended. However, a lot of their family members also were in attendance, and I must say thank you to my club for that. And also in this year, I want to add an additional 10 to 12 members. President Deidre's score was 10 for last year. I want to add 10 to 12 members, and she was able to do 14. And this was during the pandemic. So with the country opening up, I think I can do more. And my committee, my MGRE, can do more. And also, I want to I'm also looking at the retention of members. We've had members who would have left the club for whatever reason. I'm looking at bringing some of those persons back, because anyone helps, anyone has ideas to better for the betterment of the club. So that's basically some of my goals for this upcoming year.
Awesome. Just want to highlight in the comments Esme Cox saying shout out to Kiwanis Club, Cable Beach. So you have your supporters in the comments. And so you talk about a lot of the initiatives that you have and that you've been able to carry out, but there's still the impact of COVID-19 and President Bevins. But we talked a little bit about that and how you had to adjust to accommodate protocols. So can you share, or is there anything else you can share about how COVID-19 has impacted your efforts? Because I'm sure you may have wanted to do some activities and maybe you would have been impacted. Or can you highlight any special initiatives that you would have undertaken during the pandemic?
Okay. President Maxine, you want to
go ahead,
go?
President Deidre, go ahead.
Okay, well, one of the things that was really impacted by the pandemic is our SLP. SLP is our Service Leadership Program. You would have heard President Maxine mention the K-Kids and the Builders and the Key Club. Our Service Leadership Program is our leadership program that we have in the schools. The K-Kids is our primary schools. And the Builders is our junior, that's grade 7 to 9. And then we have the Key Club, 10 to 12. And then at university, there's the Circle K Club. We also have a club for adults, with disabilities called the Action Club. The Kiwanis Club of Cable Beach. At the beginning of the year, we sponsored 6 K kids, but we were able to add a new K kid at Thelma Gibson Primary. And then we have two Builders Clubs, and we also have 4 Key Clubs. And we, along with 2 other Kiwanis Clubs, sponsor the Circle K Club at the University of the Bahamas. The children were very active, previously were able to do a whole lot of projects, and they go into the community and they give just as well as we do. And they also partner, they were able to partner with our clubs and some of the initiatives that in our club, and some of the initiatives that we do. Because they were not able to go into the school, it ended up shifting to virtual meetings. And so you found that some of the clubs that were really active the year before were not as active this last admin year. But we had some clubs that really stood out in terms of being active. Particularly, we had 2 clubs, 2 K-Kids clubs that I can really point out. The one that we have one at Stephen Dillett, a really active club. I don't think they missed the beat. They even got together and wrote a song. They ended up developing an outreach program where once every month they identified a family, and sometimes they had more to do. They had enough to do more than one family in the community surrounding their school, and gave out groceries. And then also our club, our K Kids at Sadie Curtis was quite active this year. But usually, we have our biggest K Kids that we had club at Faithway Academy, which had almost 100 members. Because of the pandemic, the club was severely impacted. You found that some of the members, some of the students that were part of the school, you had parents losing jobs and stuff, because Faithway is a private school. And so the membership dwindled. Basically, the advisor that we had there that was there for so long was no longer employed, because, as you know, some of the private schools even had to cut back on staff because of the pandemic. So, in some ways it was affected in that way, but we had clubs that still continued, particularly in our Builders Club were, not as active as they would usually be. We found the one at Anatole towards the end of the school year. They became more active. They had a tree planting activity where they planted a tree our club assisted them with that. But the Key Club also, we had Anatole Rogers Key Club also was very active. And what they did, because they couldn't go like how they used to, if they knew that we were doing a project, they would contribute to the project. And so that's one of the things one of the ways that we really were negatively impacted. All of our clubs were not able to function like how they would fully function because of the pandemic. But thankfully, we didn't lose any of the clubs. So I'm so happy that President Maxine will have that to work with to ensure that these clubs that we sponsor are active. And I'm certain at the end of this year, we'll see more. We had one club that was able to be added, one K-Kids that was able to be added during the last admin year, despite the pandemic. And so I'm sure with things opening, definitely she'll have more than one club. I know for a fact that according to the goals that she has her eyes on several clubs being open, and I know that will happen. And so that's one of the ways really we were impacted. I focus on the children because our motto, we is serving the children of the world. So even though we do reach out to the community, we do assist the elderly, we assist people in need, our focus is children. Kids need Kiwanis.
Thank you so much. I don't know if President Maxine Leary Rowe would like to add, but before you do, if you're going to add anything, again, I want to look to the comments. Those who are joining us, Joan Knowles Turnquest, Stephen Dillett, K-Kids, taking care of our children, Kenny Sweeting, Wolves Country, Melford Clark, thank you for joining us. And there's someone else who was also in the comments. I just want to highlight those persons and just pull it up. Candace Cooper, lovely Candace Cooper, thank you for joining. Tamika Sherman, thank you. Keishla Goodman Cash, shout out to ARH Key Club, where caring is our way of life. So I just want to highlight those persons. I don't know if President Larry Rowe would like to add any commentary to what past President Deidre Bevins were saying. Welcome, Ms. Parkinson. Welcome, Mr. Diane. I hope I got that right.
Yes, Ms. Moss, IPP Deidre spoke about kids in our Builders Clubs. This year, I am looking at the implementation of at least 2 new clubs for SLPs, 2 new clubs. And with the schools hopefully opening up, that should be a goal that the club will accomplish this year, this admin year.
Awesome. And so as we draw near to the end of our session, I would like to ask you if you would like to add any additional comments, or if there's anything else you would like to share, or you want the public to know about the Kiwanis Club. I will go to President Larry Rowe first, and then IPP Bevins, you can jump in. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Moss. Like I said, the Kiwanis Club, it's it's an international organization. In the Bahamas here, we have 16 clubs, with 8 being in Nassau, with over 600 members. We have over 600 members. Our focus is serving the children of the world, one child at a time. However, it does not stop with just the children. We also look at the communities. We look at the needs of our persons in our communities, the less fortunate, that especially Cable Beach, we love to help our members. Cable Beach is a distinguished club in the Kiwanis International, and it will remain that way. We have a vibrant group of people who love to give, like I said, altruistic service initially. And we're gonna continue on our trek with helping people, especially with our signature projects, creating new projects to help the less fortunate, going into the schools, getting our SLP groups together. Like President Deidre said, they helped us a lot during the closure of the schools during the pandemic. And one thing I want to say, Ms. Moss, on the 23rd of this month, we have a one-day Kiwanis project. That's where all of the Kiwanis clubs basically are coming together as one, and we're going to do a project in the Bonefish Pond area, where we're going to be cleaning up the Bonefish Pond, and we're going to be planting some trees, non-invasive trees, the lignum whitey, the grape trees, the coconut plum trees. Yes, we're going to be doing all of that as a big group. And hopefully we would also have some of our school kids with us once we get the permission for them to be with us, because everything, when it comes to the children, we have to get permission from the school or from the parents and that kind of thing. They would also be assisting us with that cleanup project. So like I said, Kiwanis is the best organization in the world. It is the best organization in the world. So, and if all persons who are out there who might be chimed into us, join the Kiwanis Club. It's a good organization to be a part of, and it's a learning process, and you would also make lifelong friends. Thank you, President IPP Deidre. You want to chime in?
Yes, I concur with all that you say, and President Maxine, guess what we forgot to mention? We mentioned the primary school, we mentioned how we deal with the high school, with the elderly, with the adults, single mothers, and we forgot to mention our babies. We do have
yes, our babies, yes.
Yeah, we do.
Yes, we have the babies also.
Yeah, we do deal with we have a committee, the Young Children Priority 1 committee, which deals with from birth to up to 5 years, and we have reading programs that are still continuing during this admin year. In some of the Tiny Tots is one of the preschools that we adopted, And there's the next one coming on also. There's Andy Gard too, right? President Maxine. I
Yes,
think
yes.
one of the program is coming on at Andy Gard Preschool during this.
Monday.
Yeah, we had a
Mhm.
fire safety drill at Thelma Gibson Primary, their preschool, and so we also deal with. So we cater Kiwanis caters with to all ages, all sizes, all colors, and all races. And so I will back with President Maxine. What I've said, this is the best service organization in the world.
In the world.
If
Yes.
you're not and listen, if you're not a part of it, you're missing out something. Just join us. More hands make the work lighter. And so I'm just happy to be a part of this organization, which allows us to give back.
So, Ms. Moss, am I allowed to ask you a question, ma'am?
Sure.
Are you a member of a Kiwanis Club, ma'am?
You recruiting me? Let me just say,
Yes,
let
ma'am.
me just go back to the comments. I'm going to answer that in a minute, but I just want to highlight the comments from Garnell Camp. Thank you for joining us. And there was another person in the comments as well. I'm going to pull up her name, but the question, no, not as yet.
Okay. So that sounds promising then.
Yes, we can talk about it, off
Okay.
camera.
Okay.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Madam President, she is my namesake. So listen,
So you could
We're not gonna go there, IDP.
we keep perspectives in the Kiwanis Club of KBB. So you come and you'll find plenty of us on you and say you are arguing. Because of course, you have to be invited.
Thank you. And I just want to highlight those persons joining us today. Diane Farquharson, I hope I got your name right. Rowena Knowles. Yes, Rowena.
That's the treasurer.
Yes, thank you guys for joining, and some other persons as well in the comments to all of it. Go ahead.
Distinguished President Rowena Knowles was the first female president of the Kiwanis Club. Just had to plug that in.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, Miss Knowles, do you have any commentary on that? You're the first female president of the Kiwanis Club?
2002.
Miss Knowles.
Hi, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I am just so proud to see just to sit here and listen to these two presidents. They I guess I left a big step for them to follow, and they're doing a fantastic job. As a matter of fact, most of the ladies, all of the ladies who have followed in my footsteps have done excellent. They all have become distinguished presidents, and they're still a part of the Kiwanis Club and contributing just as much now as they did before. Our immediate past president, Deidre, she has done an excellent job of leading this club last year. And I'm sure President Maxine, she has already taken on this role. So she's so graceful, At church on Sunday, she said she was shy. I was asking her how, where, So it's just a good feeling to just sit here and listen to them. And I'm so proud of them. They're doing an excellent job. Thank you.
Well, she knows she can't be shy leading this organization. She know that wasn't true, right? So I'm going to ask you ladies again, if you have any additional comments or would you like to share anything, your page, and before we close out today.
Well, we're on social media. The Kiwanis Club of Cable Beach is on social media. We are on Facebook, Kiwanis Club of Cable Beach. We are on Instagram. It's KCCB0214, and that's because we were formed on February 14th. So we are also dubbed the Club of Love. We're on Twitter, and we also have a website, Kiwanis Club of Cable Beach. And so you can find us on any of those social media handles. We're there.
And to add to that, we meet every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. We're now meeting on Zoom. Maybe once a month, we're going to start having our meetings in person. Like President Deidre said earlier, we would normally meet at Casarenas, but since the pandemic, that has closed down. So we've been having meetings maybe once every month at the Stephen Dillis School with the blessing of the Ministry of Education and the principal, Mr. Josie, Dr. Josie, who welcomes us every time we're there. And DP Joan, his deputy, one of his deputies. So every Wednesday at 7:30, that's our meeting time. And we also basically on Zoom. Our meetings are on Zoom.
Awesome, awesome. I want to
Yes.
thank you for sharing that information, and thank you for joining us today. Thank you for joining us today, and thank you for talking about your initiatives. And I'm glad to hear about everything that you do. So I want to thank you for sharing with us. I would like to thank our guests, President Maxine Larry Roll,
You're welcome.
IPP. Thank you, IPP Deidre Bevins. And I would like to thank our viewers and those from the Kiwanis Club listening in and giving in their shout outs. Cable Beach, they said, is a club of love. Thank you
It
guys for
is.
giving your shout outs. Like our page for future notifications of upcoming talks. Comment under our videos, comment under this video, let us know your thoughts, and let us know what you want us to talk about. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Can We Talk? Follow us on Instagram and Twitter using the addresses provided on our page. Thank you for listening in, and good evening, and let's keep talking. Thank you.
Thank you.